I think it's just an area where, of all the things that are going on outside, you know, fast cars, beeping, and then coming from, you know, spending time in hospital, the desire to get away from beeps is quite potent. So yeah, this place where you don't hear any of that is really lovely. I'm George Robinson and I'm an actor. We're here in the gardens of Burghley House, in the Garden of Surprises, and I come for a wander here every now and then, particularly when I was younger. See the sculptures, see the plants, lovely. So I've been coming to Burghley since, gosh, I was probably about 4 or 5 years old. I think it was mainly for my parents to sort of rattle some energy out of myself and my brother. So yeah, just going around, and I think it was just a large space for us to sprint around, and then for my parents just to, you know, see some nice plants and sculptures and get out in the fresh air. So the bit that we are in is called the Garden of Surprises, but there's loads of bits of Burghley. There's the house itself, and there's sort of more of like the fields where they have like sheep grazing, and we're in the more curated part of the space. Loads of sculptures lurking around, and some great plants. So the maze is actually just behind us. It's not like one of those big hedge mazes, but it's sort of like a track in the sound that my parents would sort of chuck me and my brother on and just say, run around this track for 25 minutes just to tire us out before we got into the car to leave. But yeah, there's some really cool plants. I mean, quite like a foxglove, bit of lavender. Yeah, and there's some really cool trees as well lurking around. There was a Stamford like horticultural tree society of some sort, and I think they tried to collect as many different weird trees as they could. So I think somewhere there's like a dwarfed redwood that they got from America, but because the soil's not like the right one, it's not the same size, but still really cool. It just makes me feel sort of peaceful, really. I think it's like a nice place to just come and unwind and get out of, you know, your head a little bit. I think sometimes things can be quite fast-paced, so coming somewhere where everything just slows down, it's a bit more, yeah, just slower and nicer. It's just a perfect place to unwind, really, and just get out, like I said, get out of your head, just chill, be at peace, and look around at the world. It's just an area where, of all the things that are going on outside, you know, fast cars, beeping, and then coming from, you know, spending time in hospital, the desire to get away from beeps is quite potent. So yeah, this place where you don't hear any of that is really lovely. So there are lovely sheep that I quite enjoy, and there's always birds flitting around. It's challenging because we've got a family dog, a miniature schnauzer called Jim, and he needs to learn where his place is within the, you know, the tranquility of Burghley. He gets quite excited whenever he sees a sheep, so he's firmly on the lead just to make sure, you know, he doesn't. Well, he embarrasses the entire family, you know, daily, but you know, he's trying his best. In the autumn, I mean, it's spectacular in the autumn. Like the colours of all these, like you see these trees now, they're all just turning reds and yellows and golds and all of these things. So it's a really lovely time of year. Can be a little bit cold, but you know, just wrap up warm and yeah, see the sights. They've definitely looked at making it accessible in terms of, you know, making sure that they're ramps, there's a path and everything, so you're not going up any, you know, massive stairs or anything, which is really, really helpful for everyone, because I think that's a really important part of spaces like this. They're for everyone to enjoy and partake in. I think that like making these spaces, just adapting them if they're pre-existing or designing them with access in mind is really important. I think this does it incredibly well. But I mean, there's so many different aspects of this place in terms of just allowing a wheelchair user like myself or anyone else, you know, to get out and experience nature. And then there's lots of little, because it's designed in such a way, there's lots of little pockets for people. So people, if they want to, you know, come and hide away for anything, and they don't want to feel too intrusive on another family that's spending some time here, it's really well designed with little pockets and benches and places to be, have a picnic or whatever. It's really well designed in that way. It really just centers you and grounds you, I think, a little bit. So yeah, I really enjoy the spaces like this, and I think that the more that we can preserve these green outside spaces, then the better. I think it's really important for everyone.